Okay, take three, folks. Hang in with me. Hello, everyone. We're waiting to connect with Amir Nevis, one of the awesome students in our group, to hear from him about his bar exam experience. Okay, Amir, on. Hi, Amir.
We're here.
I know. My bad. This is my first time. I'm an old man. I'm trying to figure out these technologies.
Me too. But the good thing about this pandemic thing is, I think everybody's becoming a little bit more tech savvy. Like our parents are on YouTube now, So
That's true. And selfishly, I think my chances of promotion may go up because people like above me can't figure out the new system.
that's right. That's right. Let me try to get this glare out if it works. All
Amir
right.
John, first of all, خسته نباشید, خسته نباشید. That was a Herculean undertaking in this insane year. So before I even start, I want to take a moment, recognize yourself, recognize what you just accomplished. You will tell us in a second, but the topic of this show is the 2020 California bar exam. So take us back to February, March. Where were you? What were you doing when it happened? And put us in the right mindset so we can appreciate your achievement.
Yeah, for me it goes. I appreciate that, and thanks for having me. I really, really appreciate trying to kind of. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this glare out, but hopefully you
Yeah,
guys can see me okay.
yeah.
Um, I appreciate you guys having me this opportunity to kind of talk about the bar exam because it did start back in January for us. So everybody's been through law school in this group. So, I'm sure, I don't know if every law school offers basic bar studies as like a last semester course where it kind of it's like a, oh, okay, it's contracted with the law schools and different prep programs like FEMAS or, what's the other one? Uh, Kaplan.
Kaplan, Barbary.
Yeah. So they have like you get units for your to graduate counts as units, and then they kind of start prepping you ahead of time, and then it's like a set schedule. So as soon as you graduate, you take like 3-4 days to graduate, and then there's like 64 days with a set schedule for everything leading up to the day of the
Right,
exam.
right. I
So we
remember
started
that.
going over.
Week one, week two, week three, week four. Yeah.
So we started going over that in January. We started going over contracts and that in January, and then in March, I mean, our graduation's in May, but once March started happening, the shutdowns and everything was up in the air. But they told us to keep staying on your schedule, act as if it's still going to happen, and then they pushed it back at some point, before July to September. Everybody's in panic mode. We're all used to like structure, right?
Yeah.
You gotta do this on this day, Monday, Tuesday. So then the bar prep programs, they also have to rearrange their schedule for the first time, so they're stretching it out more. They're saying like, do less, but don't take any days off, and up to September, and then that turned into we're gonna push it back to October. So now it's been like it would be 10 months before we first started studying, and they say when you study for the bar, 4 months should be like the max time because you get burnt out, you start forgetting things. So it was mental torture in a way because nobody knew what's going on. I mean, the bar prep courses, they have to redo the schedule. People started taking trips in the middle of it, or
Yeah.
like not like full on trips because of the shutdown, but like going out with family or doing whatever they were doing, taking a break from studying, which I personally thought like I didn't want to risk that because I feel like 1 week of
Yeah.
it's extra time to study. If anything, you don't want to forget things either.
Yeah. So I remember like even with 4 months, I mean, the ups and downs, and like one week you feel good, and the next week you're just the worst, stress and anxiety you have. So then when it took 10 months for you, was it the same like 10 months of up and down, or did it take so long that you were like, whatever, let's just do it?
Oh my God, no! It was 10 months of up and down emotions. I've never had anxiety. I'd have anxiety attacks. I would have like breakdowns. I remember leading up to the exam, it's just been so long, and it feels like it's a constant cycle, right? So
Yeah.
it's been so long leading up to the exam, and like I don't even remember anything. I studied the wrong way. We got screwed
Mm.
over. We don't like, and not only just the schedule. It's imagine like we don't know how the bar is going to be administered. It literally like I think 3 days before the bar exam, they told us no desktops. Imagine people who didn't have laptops. So there was a
And then,
lot,
but
a
don't
lot of
and then don't you have to like download the program and like test it and do test runs and stuff, right?
right. So then, and again, we're trying to schedule. I'm sorry, we're on a schedule to study, and then there's like Facebook groups about it, and people are sharing information. At the beginning of the bar, they didn't know exactly what to do, so they weren't really giving out much information. But we just knew like, oh, it's going to be administered online, and that's all it would tell us. So then people are like, well, are we going to need internet? Then later tell us, oh, you don't need internet. You only need internet for when you log in. And then like Michigan was one of the first states to do it online, and half the people got locked out, and they couldn't take the
Oh,
exam because they couldn't put the passwords in, and it was chaos. It was chaos. They're trying to study. They're trying to tell you it's online. Okay, you have to take it in your room. You can't have any sounds. You can't have any furniture. And then the people start complaining. What do you mean can't have furniture? Then they're like, okay, you can't have any items, any tangible items.
why?
You have to
So can
stay
you
in your room.
explain? Yeah, what's the reason for that?
Well, because you can't even have water, right? So because like people can write something on a water bottle's label, they're trying to eliminate cheating. So you can have your medication,
That's like the amount of information you need to know for a bar exam. I mean, I wasn't a cheater. Maybe you can write that stuff on something, but like, wow.
I said the same thing. First of all, a lot of people, the first thing is like, oh, it was probably easy to cheat. The first thing I tell people, I'm not going to throw, and not just me, I'm sure most, if
Yeah.
not all the bartenders, I'm going to throw their whole life away to risk, getting a rule right. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you
Like,
can't cheat legal analysis in the amount of time by the time you find the
right.
answer in your notes. Like, yeah,
And what are you gonna write? Like what? Like let's say okay, let's say they even allow you one cheat sheet. What are you gonna write on a cheat sheet? Like
yeah.
you have 16 subjects, like 500 rules. When nobody you can't, you just can't. Like you either know it or you don't. And I'd rather take that thing 5 times than risk my career. But they did a really good job on eliminating that. They have like they had the artificial intelligence like webcam where it's tracking your eye movements. So if they tell you don't look away from the screen, if you look away from the screen, it's
Wow.
going to get flagged, and then they're going to review the video. And then if the first reviewer thinks that it gets escalated, there's going to be another review. Same thing with sounds. Nobody can come in the room. No pets. Nothing. Any sounds will get flagged.
So, like for
Like sudden
bathroom,
movement.
how did you go to the bathroom? How do you do that?
There was some horror stories where people went to the bathroom while taking the exam. I think somebody gave labor. I don't know if you read about that. There's an
Yeah.
article somebody gave labor. So what they did again, I commend the bar. I don't know, they get a lot of hate, but they're like, okay, so you can't do anything during the exam, but what we're gonna do is every hour, like hour essay, you go take a 15-minute break. Come
Oh,
back,
nice.
next essay, 15-minute break. So that way, even if you can't take your medication, I think that hour gap allows anybody to be able to, take the medication as needed.
Okay. That makes sense. And so I'd seen you, Amir, talk to someone else about your experience, and you said that there too that the board got a lot of hate, but actually the administration of it. So you talked a little about the mental gymnastics of the 10 months. So that was horrible for sure. But the administration piece of it, you think, at the day of worked fine.
I mean, look, I can only speak for myself.
Yeah.
Everybody's is different. Like, the person I just got hired with at our law firm, she had pretty bad technical issue. Like her laptop froze, and then you have to step out of the room, you have to call exam office because you can't have your cell phone in the room. And exams office, the program that administers the exam, and that's like a 20-minute wait. Then they told her like restart your laptop, log back in, and by that time her time was up, so she wasn't able to answer the last 9 MBE questions. So there was some horror stories, and that happens in all aspects of life.
Yeah.
For me personally, everything was fine. Taking the performance test was very, very hard because you're on a 13, 14-inch laptop screen, and it's cut in half, and you have to scroll through 18 pages, and it's very small. You were supposed to be able to highlight. It was glitched. You were supposed to be able to copy and paste. I can copy and paste. It worked for some people, but as far as doing it online, and they gave it a survey. We took a survey afterwards, and I think it's something they're looking into doing in the future. It seems like it. I didn't have an issue with it. I thought it was fine. I thought it was in a good environment that you can control for the most part. I didn't have any glitches, and
Well,
it's
Amir,
20.
we have Ali Musavi is watching. Ali, if you send me a like, and I'll bring you in because I think, if I'm not mistaken, you took the bar this term too. But let us know, and we'll just give us a like, and we'll add you to hear from you too. Uh, so Amir, describe the when you were done, like that night. What did you do the night that like the night after the bar?
This is gonna sound ridiculous, maybe pathetic, and I told everybody like, don't even think about any type of celebration. Please leave me be. I want to lay down and just put Netflix on and watch something very brainless, some brainless show, or even a documentary that I can just lay down like this and act like nothing exists. Um, and I think I was on adrenaline the next day because the next day I went and got my hair cut after months. I shaved. And then the 2 days after I just slept because I was only sleeping 4 or 5 hours a night studying. I'm a night owl. So I just want to be left alone for a couple of days to be honest. 10 months of that stress, I didn't want to worry about anything in life.
So did you even make it to the Netflix show? And what did you watch?
What did I watch? It must have been some documentary. I don't. It was so brainless, and I was so out of it that I can't even tell you what I watched.
Yeah.
Could have been Unsolved Mysteries. You
That's
know,
awesome. Well,
that's
damn
as
it,
brainless as I'll get.
Amir, I know it was your birthday this week too, so happy birthday, well
Thank you,
deserved.
thank you so
And
much.
before we go, thank you so much for sharing. Before we go, tell us a little bit about what you're doing now, your new job, and what are you looking forward to in the next year?
So I got hired by I just started a brand new job at West Coast Trial Lawyers. They're out of downtown LA. They're big personal injury and employment firm. And my goal is I want to litigate. I want to try cases. And I do want to do personal injury. The stories I've heard of people's lives being changed in that field. Like if somebody's a breadwinner and God forbid something happens and they get deceased, and what you can do to change their life. And I've heard stories where that whole family just thanked this specific firm for that. And my goal is by 2021, their goal is for me to try my own first case as second chair in January. So, and right now I'm just clerking with them. I'm doing a lot of discovery, and I'm just trying to get my hands dirty and get as much experience as I can.
That's awesome. And are you excited? Like, are you looking forward to the moment you're in court and
I
argue?
can't
Yeah.
wait. I can't wait. I took it was criminal trial practice in law school, and I'll never forget when I first started. Like I always thought I was okay public speaker, but when I first started, I literally for the first time ever, my mouth went so dry and I was shaking. I wasn't even saying the right words. I was a complete mess. I was so embarrassed because I was like, what did I just say to them? And it's my classmates on top of that. But by the end of that semester, when we had our full trial, um, as humble as possible as I can say, I killed it in the opening argument. I was so confident, and I ended up getting, our really, really high grade. I think I got like second or third highest grade in that class. So
That's beautiful.
I can't. I just need to prepare. I want to prepare and just be able to trial cases and without getting nervous and getting that experience and that confidence.
That's beautiful, Amir. One thing I always tell folks is I lived so much of my life thinking I'm not naturally good at X, whatever. Public speaking, I'm not naturally good at networking. And I'm going to do this, they're going to do that. And the older I get, the more I realize everything is learnable. Like you said, you can learn public speaking, you can learn to have that presence. So, damn it, yeah. You
Yeah.
froze too, but hopefully you're good. You can hear me?
Yeah, I can see you. Can you see me? I'm still frozen.
You are, but it's on a nice space. So, on that beautiful note, go and have a great weekend. Happy birthday and congrats on finishing the bar.
Thank you so much. And yeah, I'm glad to be part of this group. I'm learning a lot from it. I love the quotes you post. I keep them in my mind. And I've been spreading your Nelson Mandela quote. I don't win or lose. I do win or learn. And just me telling other people, they've appreciated that, and that's changed their outlook on whatever they were doing with at the time. So thank you and that's coming straight from the group and straight coming from you. So thank you guys. I really, really appreciate it.
Beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, beautiful quote. I never win. I never lose. I either win or learn. Nelson Mandela. Love you guys. Have a good weekend. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.